that, of course, as everybody knows, is freight train. And I'm using a style of finger picking called Travis picking. So I thought I'd go into some Travis picking, at least my style, because I know there's a lot of different people doing different styles of Travis picking on the internet. So maybe you can pick up a tip or two. Maybe I can help out. So let's talk about Travis picking. Let's talk about first our hand position, our arm position. I prefer to have my hand free. I know that a lot of folks, a lot of teachers like to anchor their pinky finger. I find that's very restrictive when we're doing this type of picking because we're going to assign one finger to each string, but not for the long run. We're going to be able to move these fingers up and down the strings, and in fact we're going to be able to move our hand forward and backward. And so to anchor yourself, I find a little bit restricted. Maybe others don't. I don't know. But anyway, so that's the hand placement. Now we're going to assign some fingers. So we got a thumb, 1, 2, 3, and we're basically going to put those on. These three fingers are going to be in charge of the melody, and the melody will be on either 1, 2, and 3 strings, or it'll be on 2, 3, and 4. So you can see we're moving in and out, up and down. And then we're going to have the thumb that's in charge of some of the bass notes. I know that a lot of players like to be concerned with this sort of alternating thumb. I find that's also restrictive. Alternating thumb doesn't allow me to do two melody lines like so I don't worry about the thumb all that much. I just kind of figure out where the melody is and what the bass is that I'm going to use, and maybe it's a little more complicated, but that always ends up sounding better to me. So when you assign these three fingers to the melody, you have a lot of versatility. You can, for example, just do a simple strum, and that might be good if you're backing up a singer and you don't want to be intrusive. So, but when you're doing melody and chords at the same time, sometimes you might want to vary the A parts of a song by doing some arpeggios. And you can do that very simply by having the fingers assigned the way that I do. So if for example, I'm doing Freight Train, I can start out doing the first verse in an arpeggio style. So for example, I can even intersperse that some kind of variation that might be interesting. So I like this hand position, I like the finger position, and so let's talk about my way of doing Travis picking for a bit. So let's talk about the strum itself. So what I start out doing is thumb in 3, then 1, thumb, 2, 1, 3. And obviously now you've left off on 3, so you can't do that pinch strum again. So I just use the thumb. So my first measure, or my first part of the measure, I might be, and then I'll go. So it'll be 1, 2, 1, and 2, and. Or 1, 2, 1, and 2, and. And depending on where the melody falls, you can use either one of those, all of those, and you'll just have to work on that. But the basic strum is, and it's only when you start getting into the melody that you start having to put the variations in. interesting thing is you might have noticed some syncopation there. Syncopation kind of falls naturally into this type of a strum. And if there's a space, you might even squeeze in a hammer-on or a pull-off. Let's try that again. So, and you can get quite a lot of syncopation in by doing that. And you might want to put in some syncopation if you're doing a song like Don't Think Twice. So in that, you might have noticed some parts of the Travis pick, some hammer-ons, some syncopation, and a little bit of an arpeggio. Whatever fits and whatever works. Good luck. Have fun with it. Try different ways and see what you can come up with. Let me know if you like this video. Thanks. I'm Mark.